What are you seeing right now?
Hey there, Brian. Right now, the tropics have quieted down a little bit with the loss of Fiona in Canada, Hermine out here. That is a post-tropical system now. All we really have is tropical storms Gaston and Ian, as you said, and that's the main one that we're watching right now as of the 4 p.m. update. Its winds have gone down to about 45 miles per hour. That's down from 50 the previous update at 1 p.m. You can already see some watches and warnings issued for Grand Cayman as well as the western tip of Cuba here. That's a hurricane warning. And as Ian continues to go into the Caribbean and the western side of that, it's going to encounter some very warm water as well as lower wind shear. It had been dealing with higher wind shear the past few days, limiting its development. But as that gets off of the table, the combination of those two things is going to lead to an area here of rapid intensification. And that's by definition an increase over 24 hours of 30 knots or 35 miles per hour in the wind speed. And you can definitely see that right here growing from a tropical storm overnight tonight to a major hurricane as it passes over the western tip of Cuba. It'll enter the Gulf as a Category 4 hurricane right here, but slowly decrease in strength as it approaches the Florida Panhandle. That's because it'll be encountering relatively cooler water, still warm but not as warm, as well as more wind shear from the trough pulling it up this way. I want to show you just why that forecast cone is so wide. Here's the European model going towards Tampa, making landfall near 2 a.m. Let's switch over to the GFS model. That goes up more towards the very northern tip of Florida around Friday at 8 a.m. Comparing all of these forecasts, you can see there's still a wide spread of those forecast models. And I want to point out that 5 days out, this line right here that goes through the very furthest tip of the forecast cone is 200 miles wide. So there's still some things in the forecast that need to be worked out, but the key here is going to be patience as the storm makes its northward turn. Brian.